All right. All right. That's good right now. Don't overdo it. Hello, everybody. Whew. All right. All right. So, other than the other video, this is gonna be more of a well, I've been okay. Well, I'm more about growth, development, evolution. So, I've noticed that, well, for one, a lot of really good bands, for example, usually some fall off the map, right? They become irrelevant. Nobody hears about them. Nobody knows about them. Some channels don't really get much notice, attention. They don't really, you know. So, and I know some people, they speak through music, right? A lot of music, they represent like different feelings, different perspectives, different messages, anything of the sort, right? So, and I know it's about connecting with your audiences and them getting to know you and etc. But I figured it's just not. I noticed there's something missing though. Like when we do cover-ups, right? It doesn't really hyping around the actual original, right? Because we all hear the cover-ups, and some never know that it's from an original, right? So I've been working on an idea. All right, now I'm going to explain. I have created a playlist, right? Okay, now this playlist. Now I'm going to say this ahead of time. I do not own no copyrights. I don't own no rights to what I'm about to say on this playlist. But it means to basically, it's to express songs that are my favorites, and I'm pretty sure they're favorites to many other people out there. And some of these bands, some never heard of, but and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people can relate to the same songs. They could probably relate to the perspective of it, the feeling, the thoughts, things that they've went through, things that they see, and how things feel to them, right? Because diversity, so we all feel things differently. Everything we feel things differently, right? Well, see, as I'm multidimensional and everything else, so it's a mix of different feelings from depending on the context and how I feel about it that day, my mood and etc., and different thoughts and everything else, and how I look at it and the way it affects me at that certain time. Some of them, so I figured why I could speak that through creating a playlist of songs that I like, that resonate, relate, speak a message, etc., etc. And but I also know that others out there can relate too. So I figured, okay. So I decided to create a playlist with these songs. They're available. You can go right on the channel and check them out, listen to them, get some insight, get some understanding of not just the lyrics, but also like the video, the message behind it, the deep feeling behind it, how that person feels at that time, things like that. So I figured, okay, I'll create a playlist of these songs. Like, as I said, I don't own no rights to them, but I would recommend that you go to the original channels that the songs are from and drop some love and subscribe or whatever to the channels that the songs come from, but also to the original artists, because these songs wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for these original artists speaking these feelings, these perspectives, these, you know, expressing these that others in the world can relate to. You know, and it's kind of a sense of bridging a connection, an understanding of one another, right? Kind of the messages displayed in the song, the references, or the references in the videos, or a perspective, or even just knowing, for example, say, or even giving you a general idea of like the theme of it. Is it comedy? Is it drama? Is it sad? Is it even the mood? Even the mood can speak many things. So I figured, all right, so what I'm gonna do, I figured, all right, so this is kind of a way of everybody to benefit. So people get an understanding of me and anybody else who can relate to the songs as well. But at the same time, they get to learn, the ones who listen to them, the ones who view them, get to learn, wow, this person, someone might actually have this kind of perspective, or someone might have this kind of feeling out there, or someone might be able to relate to this song in some way, and this will allow you, or whoever views it, to get an understanding of that individual, right? But at the same time, the channels that these songs are from will draw attention to them channels. Like, those channels will get attention. Those channels will, you know. But at the same time, the original bands also get recognition. That's why I said I don't own the rights to these songs. I even said it in the description. It's even in the thumbnail, and I'm saying it now in this video. To check out those channels, check out those bands, because they're the original artists. They're the ones, their craft is what spoke to me and many others out there in the world, right? That's why I'm doing this. This is kind of like a everybody benefits scenario, right? So not only will people be able to get a better understanding of me and how I feel about certain things, the message. Some of the songs is because of the message it displays or what it speaks. Even in the video itself, if it ain't the video, it's something about it. Like, let's say, for example, the parody of Killing the Lake Tonight, the Jason Voorhees parody, right? It's the perspective on that end, the sadness of the neglect of what he went through, his pain, his suffering, things like that, you know. And I kind of can relate in a sense, because I also went through a drowning experience myself. I may have not cried for my mom to help me, please. I may have said somebody, but that's a whole other point. So that's what I'm getting at right now. I'm explaining that this playlist is not my content, but it is a bridge reference of speaking through music, speaking through creative expression, which is what we normally used to do, right? We used to express ourselves through creativity. So I figured do that, but while at the same time, the original channels and artists also get the recognition. So not only will people be able to better understand me, but even other people out there who can relate to them songs. And at the same time, it might bring fresh new audiences to the artists. Like, say a certain band fell off the map, I hope the bands become more relevant. Keep things relevant. Keep things fresh. Keep it alive. Keep it going. You know. So that's the other benefit as well. So this is not more of a me benefit kind of thing. This is more of a everybody benefit kind of thing. So even those channels can also grow. The bands themselves who play the songs can grow. And even, and maybe, I'm going to see where this goes first. I have an idea of even sharing the different channels I like different YouTubers. That's down the road. We'll cover that down the road. I want to see where this goes first. But this is the idea I've had. Now, I'm just going to explain right now that these songs and these videos, they may not be the exact, like, what I feel or what I think. Sometimes it's the video. The video might have a reference towards something that I can relate with, or maybe even just an emotional aspect, like maybe the perspective, or maybe even if it could even be a message speaking out. Like I'm speaking out, relaying the message, right? There's always a message, something about the message, even a message related, something that you can grasp, something that you can like, huh? I never, even anybody out there who can relate to them songs. It's even a message for them. For those that really can't speak it, but the song might speak it for them. It could even show different perspectives that we never thought of. It could be something that I know of or understand, and I can relate to them songs because I understand them. I understand the message. I understand the perspective. So, some songs could be different things that I feel every now and then, or different thoughts that I have, or different feelings, or different moods, different sides of my personality, because I'm multidimensional, or a polymath. So, but at the same time, others out there can relate to it too. That's the whole point of this. So, if you do happen to check out the playlist, listen to them, kind of say, so this is what he feels, or this is what he grasps, or something like that. But at the same time, think that there could be other people out there who feel the same. They could feel the same. That could be their perspective. That could be how they feel. And this would help other people get a more deeper understanding of them individuals, which could help foster better connection, better communication, relationship dynamics. It could help foster healthier relationships in community and communication, which then even they grow, they benefit. Even those that just hear the songs also benefit because they learn a little bit more, they get a little bit more, and even at the same time, the channels that displays the songs also grow and benefit, and at the same time, the bands themselves also. So at this point, everybody wins. It's all around benefit. It's a bridge. And like I said, this playlist, not my content. It is not my content. I'm going to announce that now. This is not my content. I am not claiming no ownership of this content. All rights reserved to the original artists and channels that display them. I'm just representing them. I'm kind of like promotion. It's kind of like a promotional thing. But at the same time, speaking through those songs. So if you see that playlist, it even says it in the title. It even says it in the description of the playlist. Now, the other playlists that are publicly on this channel, those are mine. Like the DJ ZTF, those are mine. That would be the only thing. And I might end up doing one where different YouTubers, so then other audiences can, it's kind of like a bridge. Like a bridge. It's all about bridging. Bridging growth. And if one should grow, everybody should grow. Everybody should get some credit or recognition. I mean, the original channels should, because they got the songs, which kind of, where I got them from. I wouldn't have gotten them if it wasn't for the channels. And those channels wouldn't have had that if it wasn't for the original artists. So and that's what it is. So what I figured is, why would I want to do a cover up of a song to speak it when it was the original artist that inspired it? So, and speaking through all that, when I just make instrumentals, electronic sounds. I don't really do much singing much. Um, Not now, by the way. Maybe in the future. We'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But as of right now, this is what I'm gonna. This is me discussing that idea. This is something that I'm trying to do. I'm pretty sure no one's there probably haven't done it. I'm probably not. And then, like I said, I might do this with other channels too, because I'm not all for the one channel grows, others don't grow. I'm more for, if I'm going to grow, I want others to grow with me. I want them to grow as I grow, so we all grow together. Bridged. Okay, so here's the bridge. Here's this channel. Here's the other channels, right? See that? Wouldn't that be more better than this? And then this. Come on. No, we all know nobody wants this. Nobody wants that. Not even the original YouTubers we already know don't want this. Nobody wants it. Nobody does. Just profoundly speaking, I mean, who does? Right? So, speaking profoundly, this is my time. And this is why I put in the thumbnail and the description of it, no ownership. Because I don't. And I'm saying this now. So everybody knows ahead of time, I do not own none of it. Which means I don't want to get ad revenues for it. I don't want to get paid for it. It's not my content. I have no license ownership of it. And if I can find a way to put CC for it somehow, I will. This is not for me. Just a tiny bit. It's mostly just for people to get understanding. Because there's a lot about me that's hard to really go into. It's deep. You know, it's complex. It's deep. There's a lot to go into. So the easiest way I could do it is by expressing it through songs that I can relate with on an expressive level. So I figured, well, if I want my audiences to connect with me, why should it be just me? No. This will allow them to also connect with others out there. Now keep in mind this. There's a chance that other people out there that might actually be able to relate to some of these songs on this playlist. You never know. So when you hear it, think, maybe not just him. Maybe there's others out there who can relate in the same way. And some of these songs is mostly the truth behind it, the message. Like, say, Insane Clown Posse, Truly Alone. So let's say the message behind that. It references the truth of the darkness that we face, the loneliness, what goes on, and people out there actually go through that too. I mean, I've had my share, maybe in a different, way, because alone, everybody thinks when you're alone, they think, oh, you have nobody around. No, you could still be alone even though you have people around you. You can still be alone without people being around you. So, maybe not everything in the song might be relatable, but the message of it, the principle, the concept, even. And if it ain't that, the video. Look at Incubus, Megalomaniac, right? Look at the video, right? There's a lot of messages, hints, references of events throughout history. And even events that happen now that we never even paid attention to, that we never even noticed. That happens, but it does. So, even now, you can even reflect back, like, do I do that? I wonder if other people do that. But see, that's the point. That's the beauty of it. the truth, the messages, the references, speaking, you know. So that's what this whole thing is. So that's what I'm doing. So here's what it would look like. Now, that's this whole thing, right? So if you really want to get to know me, understand, you know, I'm a deep person, so it's gonna be a lot of depth. It's always depth with me. I'm just deep thinking, deep person, deep feeler. I'm just deep. It's just part of who I am, my nature. Um, so a lot of it is deep, and then there's even songs in here that I also like do, like healing wise and everything. And who knows, maybe these songs out here could actually help you out too. You know, you might benefit from that too. I mean, I use them, so maybe, you know. Bottom line, straight up, I do not own none of it. I'm not claiming ownership at all for any of them. Everything goes to the original channels and artists. Shout out to all them, the original artists and channels I got these songs from, and I would go check them out. Check them out. Check out the different bands. Check out their different albums. Check out the different channels that they represent, and maybe even subscribe. That's up to you, but go check them out though. They have some good songs they display on there. You know, so Vivo, you know, go check them out. This is just a video to explain the playlist, so you know ahead of time. It might actually be something that I feel. Either way, if you like a song, it's got to be related to something that you can relate with or resonate with, or anything like that. It can even represent the fact that you're open-minded and you're into various different genres. But at the same time, it's also the message, because you can also learn perspectives through songs. You hear a song of somebody else of a different perspective, and you hear it, and you focus on that perspective of that song and that message and that feeling of that, you can actually get an understanding of that person. You actually can. You can be like, wow, so that's what that person's feeling. Wow, I never thought of that. So even that alone, and that's not just me. I mean, that's anybody. I mean, anybody out there could even relate to these songs in some way, shape, or form. They could be somebody from New York, Canada, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, California. You never know. Or heck, even another country. You never know. So this might actually, like, you never know until you tune in and try to tune in and pay attention to what's being laid down in the song, and try to actually think about it. You know, really think. Try to actually think about it differently. Look at it different than what you originally would. Alternatively, like, try to actually look harder, listen harder, to actually tune into it. You may never know. You might actually grasp something that you may have never noticed before. And you're like, wow, so that's what this person feels. All you gotta do is just tune in. Just tune in and actually try to focus on it. Try to actually focus on what's being displayed in the song. And it could actually bridge connections to other people, even loved ones that you may have had an issue with, or some kind of dynamic problem or whatever. And it might actually help bridge connections with those too. Or even friends, or whatever, even in the past. You never know. But that's what this playlist is for. This video is to explain that. So if you really want to, deeply better understand me, my favorite personal playlists, songs list is on the channel. It's public. Um, Tune in to them, listen to them, watch the videos, mind the ads, um, and just tune in, and keep in mind there could be somebody else out there that feels the same way. But as I said, check out the channels and original artists of the songs too, because if it wasn't for them, these would not exist. If it wasn't for the originals, they wouldn't have existed. And then you allow others to get a better understanding of people who can relate to them songs, because we all want to be understood. Always understanding, because that's what helps, right? And we all want that. I know we all at some point have this, feeling of not being understood. We all know it. We all go through it. Hopefully this will shed some light and help. Not just me, but others too. At the same time, help those channels grow, where the songs come from, and help the original artists remain relevant. Because we don't want these songs. These songs have had such an impact. They're true, they're real, they were heart, soul, they had meaning, they had something, right? This keeps them alive, keeps them going. And there'll be more put up on the list too. Most likely. When I come across another one that I can relate to and favorite. Most likely it'll be on there, because there's a lot of genres I like. So, but this is the video explaining that. Already 27 minutes in. Well, anyway, so check it out. It'll be put up right here. Put up, right here, right now. All right. So, be true to yourselves. Check out the channels, the songs on the playlist, and everything else, so you can get a better understanding of where I'm coming from, what I feel, or even what I felt before that, or whatever. Even something that I feel in a certain way, because, we all have different perspectives, right? We all feel about things differently. Maybe in a different sense. Maybe something else makes me feel something different than how something else will make someone feel. Never know. So, and even for all of it, even to some songs, even to some parts, even the theme. So stay true to yourselves. Definitely check it out. Much love to all you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.